Hi guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. So it's the first video on this year, 2023, and let me start saying Happy New Year to everyone. So I'm working in a project because by Christmas I received this dehumidifier, but it's just a simple, you plug and you turn it on and it's running continuously. So what I'm planning to do is to do with Arduino a project that we can control the humidity, so we can set up the percentual of humidity and he will gonna stop when reach that target. So without further ado, let's go to my working bench and start doing this project. So this is the dehumidifier which I ordered before Christmas, because in our house now the winter is getting quite high the humidity, and when you have a small baby it's not that good to have all this humidity in the house. It's run last night continuously, and you can see here it gets lots of water down from the air, so lots of moisture, so definitely it's doing the proper job that needs to do. But as I say, I'm not happy because it has just turn on button on the back and you just turn on and it's running continuously. So I want to add maybe a display someplace here. If I can have any space, I'm gonna open and I'm gonna see a display with two buttons and another button to set up the percentual of the humidity that I want in the house, and then he knows alone when to start and when to stop. So let me open to see what's inside. So I think to open this one I have only the 4 screws here, so let me try to open them and see what we find inside of this humidifier, how that works, what makes the water come down from the air. So let's have a look. And yeah, now should open easy. There is no any other screws on the bottom. Yeah, looks like we have another 2 screws over here that we need to open them as well. Now it should open easy. Still there is something that holds in place. Okay, so here is everything what is inside. So to get rid of this cover, maybe I can take out this PCB board where are the LEDs, and this one we can remove from the table and we can have a look here what we have. So we have a button that recognizes when the water tank is in. Then here should run down the cable of the power cable, and here we have a big heatsink which is a bit dusty, so let me get a bit to clean here. And I can see here is the place where the water, the moisture come down. And I need to get down there to understand what is, so we need to open few more screws and understand how this works, in order to understand how we're gonna implement the Arduino with the sensor and with display to it in order to make it work automatically. So here we go, we have a power supply over here. Just need to measure how many volts I'm getting. Here definitely there is the power that comes to LEDs, yeah, the full tank and on LED. We have definitely a fan as well. I can see here at the back there is a fan. So the fan definitely is 12 volt fan, so this means we have 12 volts, but we need to see if we have also 5 volts, and I want to understand what is here. Maybe Peltier? Yeah, they are Peltier. So we have two Peltier here that they get very cold in order to get the moisture down from the air, and as I say, first of all, we need to see how many voltages we have in these outputs. So let me get out these points out. So this one definitely is the fan, and this one definitely is the Peltier. So let me plug on and bring the multimeter to see how many volts I have over there. So the power supply is on now, and I have a multimeter here, and let me see the voltage that I am getting over here. So I'm getting 12 volts, and I'm getting again another 12 volts for the fan. So we know we have 12 volts, so what we need now is a voltage regulator in order to create a 5 volts, and then we can add the Arduino in. Let's get a pen and a paper to write down everything what you need for this project. So now that we know that we have 12 volts coming out from the power supply, we need the voltage regulator to reduce to 5 volts. Then we need, I'm gonna draw the power supply, which is this one, and comes 12 volts, and then the voltage regulator 5 volts. Then we're gonna go to an Arduino, the 5 volts. Then Arduino what need a sensor that detect the humidity, so it will gonna be here a sensor, so H sensor humidity. Then in order to see what the sensor read, Arduino needs to have a display, and then in order to set up the humidity we're gonna need some buttons, and then in order to turn on and off when reach the humidity that we set up, we need Arduino to control also a relay. And then let's find all these components that we need, and then we can start with this project. Okay, so first I say we need the voltage regulator. So let's have a look on my components over here, what I can find around. So this is not the 5 volts, not the 5 volts. So I get one that is 5 volts, so is L7805. So we have the voltage regulator. Then next what we need around the voltage regulator, we need 2 capacitors. So I'm gonna try to find also 2 capacitors, and I say that we need 2 capacitors. So let me see on this box. I need the 220 microfarads and 100 microfarads. So let me see here, where are the 220 microfarads? So 220 microfarads are in here, and I think that I'm gonna use one which is 16 volts or 25 volts. So this one can do, and then 100 microfarads we have here. So 100 microfarads can be good also 10 volts, 16 volts. So this is 25 volts. Maybe I can find a 16 volts over here. Let's have a look. Yeah, 16 volts, 100 microfarads. So these two are the capacitor that we need for this project. Next we should get an Arduino. So let's have a look in this box what I have. An Arduino Due LCD display. Here I have an STM, some displays as well. Here I can see an Arduino Nano, so is the good one for this project. And I say I need some sensor. Let me see if in this box I have any sensor. Can be handy buttons. So let me see if I have 3 buttons like this one. 1, 2. Let me see if I find another one. Yes. 3 buttons like this one for the final PCB they're gonna do. And looks like I don't have. Maybe I need also this stuff to connect the power to Arduino for the final project. Then I don't have in this box. So let me find a box where I can find relays and sensors. Here I have something. So I have the display, OLED display that I'm gonna use it for this project because it's a small and I don't need, I don't have too much space on that dehumidifier. The relay that I need for this project, the sensor for the humidity sensor. Definitely I'm gonna need resistors for the buttons. I have there 3 pieces, 10K, And let's put also these 3 buttons over there. Maybe I'm gonna use these 3 buttons over there. And here I still have some of this block connection that can be handy. And let's hook up together and try to create also the code for this Arduino in order to work, because Arduino without the code it will never work. So long time I never programmed in Arduino, long time, maybe I have more than 1 year I never did in project with the Arduino and microcontroller. I'm not sure if I know how to create a code, how to create a sketch and how to program Arduino. Let's find out. Okay, so let's start now coding. So I hope that it will work, this code that I'm trying now to create for my Arduino project. And now let's see what I come up with. I wish to be such good on programming like in the video, but apparently I'm not that much good, and as I mentioned, more than 6 months I don't made any project with Arduino. So to write this piece of code, which is not long too much, to test it to make sure it's working, took me like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. So pardon me, let me talk a bit about the sketch, so about the code. So first we need to include some libraries to work with the display and to work also with the sensor. So we can see here wire.h library, Adafruit gfx.h library, Adafruit ssd1306.h library, Adafruit sensor.h library, and dht.h library. Then we define the screen size, if I'm using 128 for 64, and then we initialize the display, and then we define the pin number 2 for the sensor, and we say that is a DHT11. I have also DHT22, but I don't know in which boxes end up. I find quick this one. Then we are saying which pins we are using for the relay. So for the relay I'm using the pin 6, and then from the buttons I'm going to use the pin 3, 4 and 5. Then we set up here from how many percentage to start our program of the humidity. So in this case it's 40%. And then we need to say on the voice setup, if display doesn't show, to say failed, and we say the pin modes of our pins that we have, input and output. I can see the relay pin is output, and then as I say, the relay pin should be low, and also only starting when the humidity is low, then how much I set. On void loop we setting up first the sensor to work how should, then we display everything what is reading from the sensor, and then at the end we say how to work our buttons. So let me upload this sketch on Arduino and let's do the connection and see if it's working. Okay, so now we need to connect all these parts together in order to give a try and to see if it's working. So for now we don't need the voltage regulator because we're gonna power from USB, so the USB is 5 volts. We're gonna need the buttons, so these 2 buttons, those 3 buttons, and this one keep it aside. So let me get a breadboard first. So on the breadboard first I'm gonna put my Arduino in such a place that it's easy to come with the USB to it. Arduino is gonna sit over there, and we need now also some jumper wires. So I have a box here with some jumper wires. Let's first come to bring the ground and positive to dot lines over there. So this one can do. So the negative, it's on Arduino over here. So from GND I need to bring a wire on this line, and from positive I'm gonna use this white one because I don't know if I have any red around here, but I have orange, so I'm gonna use this orange for the 5 volt pin. So the 5 volt pin is on Arduino just right here. So this one is gonna be our power supply rail. So then we need the display to be not far away from Arduino, so we're gonna put on this place. Then we're gonna need our sensor to read the humidity, so the sensor is gonna sit over here. Then we need our relay, which it will gonna sit also the relay at the end over there. And here I'm gonna put my buttons. Now I say that are pull up, so we need resistors to positive, so we're gonna do these resistors to positive, so I have one resistor per each button to keep them pull up. So, resistor. Okay, the resistors are there. Now I need to bring the connection. So from, I say this is low, up and set. So from the up, I need from here to bring a wire to the D3. As I say, the D3 is the button for the up. Okay, then we need the second button, same from the resistor, coming to be our down button, which is D4. So D4. Then we need a third wire, which is coming from the low and is coming connected to D5. No, I say that this one is D low, so D low should be this one. The set is in the middle. So the set, we're gonna go to D5, which is this one. Should be something like that. You can see D3, D4, D5, goes to the buttons. Then we need to put also the buttons that when they go to 0 to ground, they are gonna do the function what should do. So from here to ground, we need to bring some jumpers. Let me see if I find this more. Find another, so it goes to the second button to ground. Yeah, and I need another, same as a short jumper over here. You can see one, this orange as well, and come from the last button to ground. Okay, so the buttons are connected. Now we need to connect the sensor. So the sensor, we need the pin, which is S, is the first one over here, and I say that go to D2, which is D2 over here. Then I need to power positive and negative. Let me see if I find the short ones as well. If I find short ones, it will gonna be good. So this one, it will gonna be the positive, which come from here to positive, and then I need another one for the negative. Let me see if I find the short one. I find the short one over here, so comes from the negative to negative. That is power on. Now let's bring also the relay connections to the Arduino. So the connection to the Arduinos are the same. The signal, I'm gonna use the yellow wire, so the signal is the first pin over here, and I say is going to D6, which is over here to Arduino, and then we need also to bring power. So let me see if I find the short ones as well. I see a blue one here, another orange over there. Yes. So next one is the positive, which it will gonna goes over here, and the negative, which it will gonna goes to negative. And now we need to wire up our OLED display. So to wire up also the OLED display, we need 4 wires as well. So first I need to connect the SCL, which is this pin, goes to A5 on Arduino, so A5 is here. Then we need SDA from our OLED display, which we're gonna go to A4 on Arduino, and this is connected as well. And then we need power to this one. So let me see if I can find another 2 short wires around here. You can see one white, and let me see if I find another color, and I can see a yellow. So the yellow, it will gonna be the positive, so VCC, which is this one, we're gonna go to the positive, and ground should come on the negative, which I use the white one to negative. So this is our connection as per code, how I designed the code. So now I need to bring power and to program and to see if it's working. Okay, so let's connect our Arduino to the computer and to see what's happening over here. So I connected and nothing has happened because we don't have yet the program in Arduino. So let me start programming the Arduino. So I'm gonna do upload, and let's see after uploading the code if we have what we need on this project. So how you can see, the display is on, so this means our program is working. Let's see now the functionality of this program. So you can see now is reading 25 degrees in the house, 27, 25. The humidity is 60%, and by default I say that the program starts with the set humidity to 40, which is the relay on, because now the dehumidifier should be on to bring down the humidity to 40%. This button should be increasing the humidity, so you can see it's increasing, so now it's 75. The relay is still on until I'm not pressing the set button. So when I press the set button, now it's off because I set already to have this humidity in the house 75%. So now the dehumidifier should be off, waiting this humidity to be in the house. Then same, if I go now below 60, let's go now, it's 28%. So if I press set, we're gonna turn on now, because now the dehumidifier needs to work out to bring the humidity down to 28%. And comparing with commercial sensor, same humidity and temperature, it's quite equal. So 24 degrees in the house, 60% humidity in the house. So this was the first part of this project, because I don't want to make very long video, because I need to design a PCB board, I need to install everything in the PCB, to mark the holes where the display and the buttons it will gonna stay on the dehumidifier, to connect everything with the dehumidifier and to give a try. So that's why please stay tuned, please subscribe, activate the notification bell, like that you'll not miss the part 2 of this project, when we're gonna have the finished product and we can test it to make sure it's working how I designed it on my mind. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, and until the next video guys, have a good day and bye bye.